If you are comparing Johns Creek and Alpharetta, here's the mistake that can cost you time, money, and a lot of regret. These two North Atlanta suburbs may look similar on paper, but they feel very different once you actually live there. We help people just like you every single week who want to move, buy, or sell in the North Atlanta area, and we would love to help you too. The best way to reach us is by calling or texting at 770-626-5712 or booking an appointment using the link below. You'll find everything you need in the description. And stick around until the end because we're going to share the biggest mistake buyers and sellers make when they're comparing Johns Creek and Alpharetta. And it has nothing to do with which city is more popular. Johns Creek and Alpharetta are two of the most searched, most requested, and most talked about suburbs in North Atlanta. And I understand why. Both have strong real estate markets. Both attract families, relocation buyers, professionals, executives, and luxury buyers. Both have beautiful neighborhoods, strong reputations, and long-term resale appeal. But where people get into trouble is they assume Johns Creek and Alpharetta are basically the same. They are not the same. The lifestyle is different. The housing options are different. The commute patterns can be totally different. The amenities are different. And depending on your priorities, one may be a much better fit than the other, believe it or not. All right, let's talk about lifestyle.
Yeah, so overall lifestyle, Alpharetta can feel more active and Johns Creek can feel more residential. You have downtown Alpharetta, you have Avalon, restaurants, shopping, events, office parks, and a lot of lifestyle choices. For many buyers, Alpharetta feels like a suburb that still gives you access to energy, dining, and things to do. Johns Creek, on the other hand, feels more residential, it's quieter, it's more spread out, and more neighborhood focused. A lot of people are drawn to Johns Creek because they want that calmer suburban feel. They want established neighborhoods, strong schools, and a place that feels a little more tucked away from the busiest parts of North Atlanta. So if you want more energy, dining, shopping, and lifestyle amenities close by, Alpharetta may stand out to you. If you want quiet, established neighborhoods and more residential space, Johns Creek may feel better.
So let's talk about real estate and the different home styles that you're going to see in these two communities of Alpharetta and Johns Creek.
Right, because this is where buyers really need to slow down and compare carefully. Alpharetta has a wide range of housing options. You'll find luxury estates, swim tennis communities, newer construction, townhomes, gated neighborhoods, golf communities, and homes close to downtown Alpharetta or Avalon. The variety is one reason that Alpharetta attracts so many different types of buyers. You may have a relocation buyer who wants a newer townhome near restaurants and shopping. You may have a luxury buyer who wants a larger home in a prestigious neighborhood. Or you may have a family looking for a strong school zone and neighborhood amenities. Johns Creek also has beautiful real estate, but the feel is often more established and traditional. You'll find larger homes, golf communities, family-oriented subdivisions, and neighborhoods that have a very settled residential feel. So the question is not just which city is better. The better question to ask is, which type of home and neighborhood fits the way you actually want to live?
Okay, so what people want to know about is home prices and value. Which city, holds the value?
Right. So both Johns Creek and Alpharetta are premium North Atlanta markets. So buyers should not expect one to either feel better than the other, and neither one feels like a bargain market. Alpharetta often commands strong pricing because of the brand recognition, lifestyle amenities, Avalon, downtown Alpharetta, business corridors, and access to Georgia 400. Johns Creek also holds strong value because of the school reputation, established neighborhoods, safety reputation, and consistent demand from families and relocation buyers. For buyers, the key is understanding what you are paying for. Are you paying for walkability, a newer home, a specific school zone, a larger lot, a shorter commute, a luxury neighborhood, or a golf community? For sellers, this matters too. In both Johns Creek and Alpharetta, buyers are selective. They are comparing homes carefully. So even in a strong market, pricing and presentation matter. The city name may get attention, but the condition, location, updates, and marketing are what really matter and help create real buyer urgency.
Let's talk about like schools and the family appeal to each one of these cities, Sue.
So one of the biggest reasons that people compare Johns Creek and Alpharetta are the schools. Both areas are very popular with school-focused buyers, especially families relocating to the North Atlanta area. But here's something important. Do not choose based upon the city name. You want to look closely at the specific school zone, the neighborhood, your commute, and the daily lifestyle around that home. Two homes can both say Alpharetta or Johns Creek, but the day-to-day experience can feel completely different depending upon where they are located. This is especially important for relocation buyers who are trying to make a decision from out of state. You don't just want a good city, you want the right neighborhood, the right school fit, the right commute, and the right lifestyle.
Which really brings us into commuting, which is a big thing here in Atlanta, and location. So location and commuting is really important.
So Alpharetta can be very convenient for a lot of people. If you live or work near Windward Parkway, Avalon, North Point, Georgia 400, or one of the business and tech corridors in North Fulton. That access is the major reason many professionals and executives do choose Alpharetta. Johns Creek may be a better fit if your life pulls you towards Duluth or Swanee, Peachtree Corners, Cumming, or parts of Gwinnett and North Fulton. But here's the part that a lot of people miss. The commute can change dramatically depending upon where you are inside each of those cities. Being on the wrong side of Alpharetta or the wrong side of Johns Creek for your daily routine can stress you out every single day of the week. When we help buyers compare these areas, we don't just ask, what city do you like? We ask, where do you work? Where do your kids go to school? Where do you spend your weekends? And where do you need to be on a normal Tuesday morning? This is how you make a smarter decision.
So let's go into dining, shopping, and entertainment. What about the two different cities? What's the vibe?
So if lifestyle amenities are high on your list, Alpharetta has a clear advantage for many buyers. Avalon, downtown Alpharetta, restaurants, shopping, events, coffee shops, entertainment, those things all give Alpharetta a more active lifestyle feel. That's the big reason why people moving from larger cities are often drawn to Alpharetta. They want suburban living, but they still want places to go, things to do, and a little bit more energy close by. Johns Creek, it has dining, shopping, and conveniences too, but it's not as destination driven as Alpharetta because Johns Creek is more residential, it's more spread out, it's quieter. And for some people, that's exactly the point. Not everyone wants to live near the busiest lifestyle centers. Some people want a beautiful home, a strong neighborhood, and a quieter routine. So again, it comes back to lifestyle.
Yes, it's all about lifestyle. So let's talk a little bit about luxury and the market differences between Alpharetta and Johns Creek.
So this is where the comparison gets really interesting because in Alpharetta, luxury is often connected to lifestyle. Newer construction, gated communities, golf, proximity to Avalon or downtown Alpharetta, and high-end amenities. Buyers may be willing to pay a premium for convenience, finishes, location, and that polished Alpharetta lifestyle. In Johns Creek, luxury often feels more established.
Yes.
You may see larger traditional homes, golf communities, pricey, mature neighborhoods, and strong school-driven demand. Neither one's automatically better than the other, but they attract buyers for very different reasons. And if you're selling a luxury home in either market, that's extremely important. You need to know what the buyer is really buying. They are not just buying square footage. They are buying a lifestyle, confidence, location, school access, privacy, convenience, and long-term value.
All right. So which is better for sellers right now?
Well, if you're a homeowner living in Johns Creek and Alpharetta, and you're thinking about selling, the good news is that both markets have a strong buyer demand. But the strategy is not exactly the same. An Alpharetta seller may need to lean into lifestyle, convenience, proximity to dining and shopping, neighborhood amenities, and access to major corridors. Whereas a Johns Creek seller may need to lean into the schools, neighborhood feel, lot size, privacy, community, and the long-term stability of the area. The biggest mistake that sellers make is assuming the city name will do all the work, and it won't. Buyers are comparing your home against other homes in the same price range, and they are asking, why this house? That means your pricing, your photos, updates, marketing, and positioning all matter. If you're buying, here is the simplest way to think about it. Choose Alpharetta if you want more activity, more dining, shopping, and lifestyle amenities. If you need more access to Georgia 400 and a suburb that feels a little more connected to business, entertainment, and convenience, that's Alpharetta. Choose Johns Creek if you want a quieter residential feel, established neighborhoods, strong family appeal, and a community that feels more tucked away from the busiest parts of North Atlanta. But do not choose based upon reputation alone. Choose based upon your real life, your commute, your budget, your school needs, your lifestyle, your resale goals, and your preferred neighborhood feel. That is how you avoid buyer regret.
So if you're trying to decide between Johns Creek and Alpharetta, or you're thinking about selling a home in either one of these markets, we would love the opportunity to help you think through the best strategy. We can help people every week who are moving to, buying in, and selling throughout the North Atlanta area. And sometimes the right answer is not obvious until we look at your lifestyle, your goals, and put all the numbers together. You can call or text us at 770-626-5712, or you can connect with us using any of the links below. And if you found this helpful, make sure to watch the next video, because we'll continue to break down the North Atlanta suburbs so you can make a confident move.